Hey guys, Horror Man here. Alright, so today instead of giving you a review of anything, I just wanted to pretty much touch base on the new Netflix TMNT movie. So if you guys haven't heard, there is a new movie coming from Netflix, and if you've followed me at all, I know on Twitter I was really excited about this. And really, since the Daredevil TV show premiered, I've always thought, man, this would be really cool if we could actually get like a Netflix style TMNT movie or TV show. So I was like, when I heard the announcement, I was like, yes, this is exactly what a lot of us been, really wanting for quite some time. Of course, recently they did actually reveal like what the Netflix TMNT movie would be based on. And originally I was thinking, oh, this has got to be something dark, like maybe like Eastman and Laird Mirage, or something really cool, maybe a 1990 style animated movie. Like the thoughts were going crazy, and then I just heard it's a Rise of the TMNT movie. And just like here, I was completely deflated, like somebody popped me, and I think for people that like the show, this is cool. I don't really care for the show. I love TMNT. I've really tried to like this show, but it's just so far from what I know, and I guess I'm just too old for it. So for people that like the show and they want to see some kind of continuation, this could be the end for that show. And I say that because the TV show recently has moved from 10:30 in the morning to 10:30 at night. So they're obviously targeting a much different crowd. So if you're a parent and you're watching this, you're going to want to start DVRing, Rise of the TMNT, because your kids are probably in bed by then. At least they probably should be. So yeah, it's 10:30 at night now, Saturday night. So I don't think the maybe somebody stumbling out of a bar or something might be interested in it. But it's a really weird time slot for the show. So for me, and I think a lot of others, you're pretty much thinking, yeah, this show's done. And if you go to like Walmart or Target, these have got to be the worst selling toys I've ever seen. They're just always on clearance or liquidation or on sale, and they just don't seem to go off the shelf. So between the lack of toy sales and the ratings overall on the show, I'm guessing that it's pretty much over. And this Rise of the TMNT movie is either a last hurrah for the show, like maybe they want to give it an ending, or it's like, well, let's try to draw people from Netflix to start watching our TV show. So I can't really see exactly what they're doing yet. But it's kind of like disheartening, I think, for fans like me, or fans that are in their 20s or 30s that have kind of like enjoyed different iterations of the show. They probably wanted something more, like the 1990s style, or something a little more like nostalgic or true to the comics. But yeah, when I was a kid, I watched the 1990 movie and I thought it was one of the best movies, of course, I've seen. I remember '89 Batman, and just around that era, there's a lot of good movies. So the 1990 TMNT came at a perfect time, and it was a bit of a darker movie. And looking back on that now, if I was an adult back then, I would have probably liked the movie even more, because it really was straight out of the Mirage comics and just followed it almost to a T. Of course, it had its original story, but there was a lot of things like the introductions of the characters and Casey Jones, and like just it really hit the early Mirage Comics days. So going back to like the Netflix Daredevil, Daredevil is basically in TMNT. The TMNT is basically a ripoff of Daredevil, but it's a cool ripoff. Eastman's completely admitted to it. But like in Daredevil, you had the hand. TMNT, you had the foot. You had Stick as the martial arts, mentor. teacher. And then in TMNT, of course, you have Splinter. So there's so many things that link the two. And seeing that Netflix show and how successful it was and how dark it was, and just the overall way they shot it, I wish I could just sometimes replace the Daredevil characters with TMNT just for an episode or two, just to show people just how good it could have been. And don't get me wrong, I love the Daredevil show. It's just like I wish we could get the same crew of people to work on a TMNT show. I just think it would be so cool. And it doesn't have to be a continuation of 1990 or really based on anything else, as far as TV or movie that we've seen. It could be its own thing. It could follow IDW, it could follow the early Mirage comics, but I think the style overall would definitely be better mimicking the 1990 movie style. But yeah, I just wanted to see what your guys' thoughts were and kind of update you on, what the new TMNT movie is going to be. For some of you, I think it's going to be disappointing. And for other people, I mean, if you like the show, like I said, if you like Rise of the TMNT, this is going to be a huge thing for you. Like I said, though, it could be the final thing for Rise of the TMNT. I don't have any clear evidence, or proof to tell you, but just seeing how everything's going, this could be the end for the show. So, but yeah, let me know what you guys think. I mean, leave a comment, leave a question, like the video, whatever. But I just want to see what you guys think. Like, what did you want to see from Netflix and TMNT? Do you think they're going to base the success from this movie on everything else going forward? Do you think it's just like a one-shot thing to kind of keep Rise from falling? Or do you think it's going to be just the beginning of a lot of stuff to come? I'd love to know what you guys think. For me, my biggest fear is that if this is like the success of Rise, the movie is going to be based on if Netflix does anything else for the future, I think we got a big problem on our hands. Because you're not going to grab the same age of viewers like you would if you did something a little bit more for everybody. I would definitely say Rise is definitely geared toward a younger audience. So right off the bat, you're probably going to cut your viewers in half. So it's going to be interesting. I'm hoping that it's not solely based on the success of this show. I hope it's more based off just Ninja Turtles, in general over, they've been around for over 35 years now. There's so much lore to explore. So I'm hoping that we get more. But thanks for watching my review. I'd love to see what you guys think. And until next time, guys, see ya.